And people love to focus on things that aren't yet working. And that's good. It's human nature. That kind of divine discontent can be very helpful. But it's incredibly hard to get people to take bold bets. And you need to encourage that. And if you're going to take bold bets, they're going to be experiments. And if they're experiments, you don't know ahead of time whether they're going to work. Experiments are, by their very nature, prone to failure. But a few big successes compensate for dozens and dozens of things that didn't work. I've made billions of dollars of failures at Amazon.com. Literally, billions of dollars of failures. Because we know from our past experiences that big things start small. The biggest oak starts from an acorn, and you've got to recognize, if you want to do anything new, you've got to be willing to let that acorn grow into a little sapling and then finally into a small tree, and maybe one day it'll be a big business on its own. Amazon started as a very small company. It was me and a few other people. I was driving all the packages to the post office myself in my 1987 Chevy Blazer. You can't skip steps. You have to put one foot in front of the other. Things take time. There are no shortcuts. But you want to do those steps with, passion and ferocity. It's easy to have ideas. It's very hard to turn an idea into a successful product. There are a lot of steps in between. It takes persistence, relentlessness. Is that stress primarily comes from not taking action over something that you can have some control over. Do something you're very passionate about. I wanted to project myself forward to age 80 and say, okay, now I'm looking back on my life. I want to have minimized the number of regrets I have. And I knew that when I was 80, I was not going to regret having tried this. I was not going to regret having trying to participate in this thing called the internet that I thought was going to be a really big deal. I knew that if I failed, I wouldn't regret that.
Dedication, hard work. Dedication, hard work. I'm a one-man army. One-man army. The world can go against me. I'm still come on top.
I'm just completely not convinced that there's any boxer out there today that can beat Floyd Mayweather.
Former junior lightweight, former lightweight, former super lightweight, and former welterweight world champion, the reigning pound for pound champion of the world, Pretty Boy, Floyd Mayweather.
As of right now, Floyd Mayweather is the face of boxing. It gets no bigger than Floyd Mayweather. This is the pinnacle.
From Sarangani Province, Philippines, the five-time world champion, currently recognized as pound for pound, the best fighter in the world, Manny Pacquiao.
I came from nothing into something, and I owe everything to God.
May 2nd, that's when the world stops. the biggest fight in boxing history.
Greatness is not this wonderful, esoteric, elusive, God-like feature that only the special among us will ever taste. You know, it's something that truly exists in all of us.
All of you, I know you got him. I know you got him, Dick. But the man didn't come up. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
When you lose, it's in your mind.
Sometimes things happen in your life, and it doesn't seem like much at the time.
The mind is the battleground. It is the place where the greatest conflict is. There is nothing as powerful as a changed mind. You can change your hair, your clothing, your address, but if you don't change your mind, the same experience will perpetuate itself over and over again because everything outwardly changed, but nothing inwardly changed.
You are the reason you look the way you look. You are the reason you're unemployed. You are the reason why your surroundings are so dysfunctional and negative. Excuses sound best to the people that's making them up. You got every excuse in the world. That's why your shit ain't moving. That's why ain't nothing changed and nothing will change. Change your mind, and it will change your life.
The struggle is in your mind. This is why we have people who go to bed tired and wake up tired. Slept 8 hours and you wake up still tired. The reason you wake up tired is that you got sleep but you didn't get rest. Your mind has been in turmoil all night long. You've been wrestling in your sleep. Have you ever woke up and your bed was wet? The bed is all torn just like you've been in a fight because your mind has not rested. Your body went to sleep but your mind is still caught up in a warfare. Your mind is a battleground. Out to worry you to death, out to stress you to death, out to break you down, out to make you quit, out to make you think that you can't get up, out to make you give up on your dream. The warfare is in your mind. It's not in your checkbook. It's not in your savings account. It's not on your job. The fight that you got to fight is in your mind. And if you whip it in your head, you can whip it in your checkbook. You can whip it on your job. You can whip it out of your children. But you got to drive it out of your head.
I'm an up-and-coming fighter, and without a doubt you will see me on the UFC in the near future, without a doubt.
What's the point of being realistic? It's something that truly exists in all of us. It's very simple. This is what I believe, and I'm willing to die for it.
Every hero you guys had was called an idiot, crazy, a loser. You must break society's status quo.
Make a choice. Like, you just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do it. Just decide. I will be where I want to be. I'm 100% confident that
that I will make it to the top. I have the skills, I have the dedication. It will happen, and I'll let you know when it happens.
The first step before anybody else in the world believes it is you have to believe it.
Never say never. Because limits, like fears, are often just an illusion.
Passion is free. Nobody can charge you for passion. Nobody can tell you what passion looks like. Because that's all about you. Effort is isolated. The reason why effort is isolated, because nobody can dictate it. Effort is 100% in the mind. No coach, no player, nobody else can make you run to the ball. Nobody else can make you finish a tackle. Nobody else can do it. But when you finally figure it out, how to win real battles, it's found through fundamentals. That's what wins championships. That's what wins battles. Because you don't know what tired feels like.
Make a choice. Right? You just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do it. Just decide. And then from that point, the universe is going to get out your way.
Worth knowing, who don't have a mind that sometimes leads them astray. I think most of the world's advances in creativity and invention and in almost anything have been done by little spurts of madness. I tried to end my life on a number of occasions. We're all scared inside. We may all walk big, and those guys who walk along look really cocky. They're the ones who are most scared.
No matter what happened to you in your past, you are not your past. You are the resources and capabilities you glean from it. And that is the basis for all change. Because the worse your life is, if you've survived the worst of the worst, if you've made the biggest mistakes and are still breathing, then you can learn from them. And that builds muscle.
Sometimes life does seem unsupportable. Not for any logical reason, that's the point. You can't talk someone out of finding life unpleasant by saying, look what you've got. Because it's not about that. But you can perhaps at least say, look what it will do to other people.
When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And you will find so much power, so much passion, and so much internal fortitude from your past.
You know, we all think we've just missed out on, the secrets of life. The wonderful secret is that we're all equally afraid and uncertain, and that isn't a bad thing.
The possibilities of growing into a better student and a better person and making not just your family proud, but making yourself proud. I know a lot of you are also feeling the strain of some difficult times. And sometimes maybe you're seeing the worries in your parents' faces or sense it in their voice. So a lot of you, as a consequence, because we're going through a tough time, and it may make you wonder at times what your own future will look like, whether you're going to be able to succeed in school, whether you should maybe set your sights a little lower, scale back your dreams. Nobody gets to write your destiny but you. Your future is in your hands. Your life is what you make of it. And nothing, absolutely nothing, is beyond your reach. So long as you're willing to dream big, so long as you're willing to work hard, so long as you're willing to stay focused on your education, there's not a single thing that any of you cannot accomplish. Not a single thing. I believe that. And that last part is absolutely essential. That part about really working hard in school. Because an education has never been more important than it is today. I'm sure there are going to be times in the months ahead when you're staying up late doing your homework or cramming for a test, or you're dragging yourself out of bed on a rainy morning and you're thinking, oh boy, I wish maybe it was a snow day. But let me tell you, what you're doing is worth it. There's nothing more important than what you're doing right now. So you've got an obligation to yourselves to make sure you're getting the best education possible. You've got to instill a sense of excellence in everything that you do. That kind of discipline, that kind of drive, that kind of hard work is absolutely essential for success. You can't just sit around waiting for luck to see you through. You can get into any school you want in the country if you just put in a little bit of effort. Because one of the things I've discovered is excelling, whether it's in school or in life, isn't mainly about being smarter than everybody else. That's not really the secret to success. It's about working harder than everybody else. So don't avoid new challenges, seek them out. Step out of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't feel discouraged. Don't give up if you don't succeed at something the first time. Try again and learn from your mistakes. Don't feel threatened if your friends are doing well. Be proud of them. See what lessons you can draw from what they're doing right. If you guys work hard and you're focused on your education and you keep fighting for your dreams and then you help each other reach each other's dreams, then you're not only going to succeed this year, you're going to succeed for the rest of your lives.
If you don't know, now you know. It's true. Your friends, family, and loved ones will be the first ones to try and talk you out of greatness. When you're ready to do something and try something new that's out of your comfort zone, that's out of your norm, it's always the one you're dating, the one you're married to, the one that's in your family, your friends in your immediate circle, that will always try and talk you out of doing something special and significant. Without having fear and rejection, without having fear of the word no. Do you know how many people have had visions, ideas, and huge career moves that they were about to make, and they allowed the word no to stop them from changing the landscape of their life and their family lives? So many people are afraid of rejection and the word no. It is the saddest shit I've ever witnessed in my life. Boldly walk into the room with your head held up high. And if they don't get it, laugh about it. Don't disown your ideas because they're disowning your ideas. Don't lose confidence in your ideas because they don't have confidence in your ideas. Keep the faith. Don't be afraid to walk into the unfamiliar. Don't be afraid to do what's deep inside of you to do.
I know some of you are tired of being victims, tired tired of being told you can't achieve your dreams. You want to achieve your goals. That the things in life you want to do, you can't do. That the things you want in life are unreachable. I know you are tired of hearing that. That is why I'm talking to you today. Because today, I want you to fight back. Fight back for what you believe in. Fight back for what you want to achieve. Fight for your dreams, fight for your goal. Sometimes you're not just fighting for yourself. Sometimes you're fighting for your friends. Sometimes you're fighting for your family. Make certain you fight back. Yes, I know. They told you, you can't do this. You might as well give up. You will never achieve what you set out to achieve. Well, that's the thing about greatness. About being a champion. No one expected you to make it, but you go out and do it anyway. Prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. Greatness is not just about the money. It's about the achievements. It's about doing something that others doubted. It's about listening to the doubters, then making them eat their own words. And you can do it. I guarantee you can do it. If you put 100% in, today is the day you do it. Today is the day you succeed. Today is the day you prevail. Today is the day you walk over your enemies. And you reach that moment in your life when you become that person that others can look to say, he went through it, she went through it, and I can do it. We feed off each other and we look up to someone that's great, like they're special, but they're just like you. You've got that greatness inside of you. So get that greatness that's been inside of you all along. Get it to come out. And the only way to do it is to take one step. You take one step towards your goals. You take one step towards your dreams. Take one step in the forward direction. Make sure everything you do, you're trying to reach greatness. You're trying to succeed. You are putting your best effort forward every day. Not just today, but every day. Fight back every day. Today and every other day. I tell you, nothing beats character and nothing beats hard work. Not today nor any other day.
But I listened to what Jim Valvano said 21 years ago. The most poignant 7 words ever uttered in any speech anywhere. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. Those great people didn't. So I now have a responsibility to also not ever give up. I'm not special. I just listened to what the man said.
But I tell you, there are some times in life where you fall down, you feel like you don't have the strength to get back up. I will try 100 times to get up, and if I fail 100 times, if I fail and I give up, do you think that I'm ever going to get up? No. But if I fail, I try again and again and again. For as long as I try, there's always that chance of getting up.
No matter what you might be going through, don't quit. The secret is in not giving up. Everybody who's done something great, they weren't that deep. What they had was resiliency. They had the ability to bounce back. All the greats, they didn't quit. No matter how impossible your situation may seem, stay on course. I guarantee you cannot pass it if you quit. I guarantee you're going to fail, but you don't know what's going to happen if you keep going.
I'm fragile. I feel pain. I hurt. I open my eyes. I crave victory. I do not give up. I feel no fear. I fear no man. I create. I conquer. I hold the power.
Make a choice. Just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do it. Just decide. And then from that point, the universe is going to get out your way.
We can't have another bad year. You've got to get to the point where enough is enough.
It's much easier to come up with excuses and why you can't do it. If you do what is easy, your life will be hard. If you do what is easy, complain about your situation, your circumstances, you surrender and give up on your dreams, become depressed and bitter and angry. Anybody can do that. If you do what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, keep coming back again and again and again. Get up dressed every day.
Take life on. Taking life by the collar. You say, yes, I will do it.
I can do this. And you've said to yourself, I'm willing to face the no's. I'm willing for people to laugh at me. I'm willing to gut this out. I'm willing to make this happen. It's my time. It's possible. It's necessary. It's hard. It's worth it. I'm going to do whatever it takes. I can do it. If anybody's ever done it at any point in time in history, then what's possible for one, it's possible for me, and I'm going to do it. And if you do that over and over and over again, your life will be easy. Your gifts can take you many places if you develop your gifts. Most of us don't like to do those things that come easy to us. Decide that you're going to push yourself. Most people won't do that. Most people give up on themselves easily. You know the human spirit is powerful. There's nothing as powerful. It's hard to kill the human spirit. You've got to sell yourself every day on your abilities, on what you're doing, on the goal that you want to reach. You've got to sell yourself every day, every day, every day. Most people go through life never discovering what their talents are. Most people never develop their talents. They have skills and abilities, but if you don't nurture them, if you don't develop them, they will never serve you. Your gifts can take you many places if you develop your gifts. You have something that you brought to the universe, and that if you decide that my life deserves my developing this what I do well, and becoming the best at it, and mastering myself, and seeing what I have within me, if you decide to drop your buckets where you are and develop your gifts, I grant you, you'll never ever be without. One idea can change your life. One idea can turn your life around.
My dream is to be number one, pretty much. My goal is number one in MMA.
I grant you that your gifts will take you places that will literally amaze you. I grant you that if you begin to work to develop your gifts, you'll develop a strong sense of happiness. You'll get a larger vision of yourself. All of us need some area of our lives where we can have a feeling of competence. Selling yourself on your ability to perform a job, to achieve a certain objective. Telling yourself every day, here I go again. And I got what it takes. This is my day, and nothing out here is going to stop me. If you decide that area that you love, that you are going to master that particular area, as you begin to develop and expand your skills and your talents and your vision of yourself, you will always be in control of your destiny.
Don't say it's all going to be great. You know, I'll do this and I'll do that. And, you know, I'm just marking time to get to be older. You really want to be doing what you love doing. And you can't necessarily find it on your first job.
given all the opportunities that are there in the world, to try and figure out the thing that actually makes you want to get up in the morning, the thing that you actually love. I feel this thing that should exist, and you take that leap of faith that it may work. I would still go home from whatever that day job is, and I would try to do it because I love it, not because I really want to make a certain amount of money. Figure out the thing that makes you tick. Find that thing. That young people feel like if they don't know what they're born to do, that they're somehow broken. And I think that it needs to be looked at differently, which is that it means if you don't know that thing, it means that every door is the possibility. And if you can find that thing and deal with the pressure of maybe not making the amount of money that you would like to yet, or not getting to the company you'd like to yet, or not having success with your startup yet, these are all things that I think you can swallow if the thing you're doing speaks to you.
It's that constant pursuit of the unobtainable, which is kind of magic, really.
To approach something with a kind of excitement that is shared in this weird way where you just know it makes you happy. You'll say, I'm working on this thing, but I don't know if anyone's going to like it. It feels sort of like this boring thing that I love, you know, and it's amazing how often that boring thing that you love becomes a sensation. I think the key is to do that. I would say don't stress yourself out. Your voice is as important as anyone else's. And so it's a lot easier to actually write a screenplay than you think it is. It might not be good, but most people talk about writing screenplays but don't actually write them. The people who write them, you're already like in, you know, the top 10% because you actually have written it.
You think it's a game? This is real. This is real life, champ. Work hard, you get what you gotta get. You don't work hard, you get nada. You get nothing. You gotta work hard. Work hard. You work hard, you get what you gotta get. You don't work hard, you don't get nothing. You don't get nothing. Nothing. Zero. Nothing. Zero. Nothing. Keep working. Work hard, you get what you gotta get.
I'm gonna grind. I'm going to fight. I'm going to work. I'm going to press toward. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do everything in my power. Every single day, I'm going to do everything in my power to become a victor and not a victim.
Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ.
Pain is temporary. It may last for a minute, or an hour, or a day, or even a year. But eventually, it will subside. And something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it will last forever.
Don't know who you are. I don't know what you're going through. I'm not here to pretend that, I understand what you're going through or how you feel in your life. I think the biggest disability that we have as human beings is unbelief. Everything starts with a vision, and a man without vision dies. Hate the idea of potential being wasted in this world. You know how it is. If you didn't go what you've gone through, you wouldn't be who you are today.
As I kept trying new things, new doors kept opening. Because you don't know what your future is. You just don't. You'll never know what's going to happen. You never know what your future holds for you. Go for it. Try it. Because another thing, I am no different than anyone else out there. I am not here to say I have a superpower and it was all this. It was just, try it. Go. Let's see what happens.
Patience, let's say. Don't complain when you're waiting in a line. You ain't going to grow in patience until you're put in a place to wait. There are some times where you're going to wish that you could rewind and do things all over again. There are times where you just wish you could forget memories, and you try to drown those memories in alcohol or different pleasures, and maybe get distracted by the goals and ambitions of your life and try to put the past behind and move forward.
My favorite dude, Elon Musk from Tesla. Like, I love that guy. Biggest nerd ever, invented PayPal and SpaceX and all that stuff. He's like the modern day like Tony Stark or whatever. And Elon Musk is like, you know what? For 30 days straight, I'm just going to eat hot dogs, oranges, and rice. And I'm only going to spend $30 on food for the month. And he did that for a whole month, right? So what's like the advantage of doing something crazy bullshit like that? But the point of him not spending that money and eating on $30 a month is he wants to make sure he doesn't get sucked into short-term successes, and he can focus on his long-term goals. He knows that if he doesn't have to worry about money in the short term, doesn't have to worry about food ever, that he can focus on building a huge billion-dollar business. He said, no worries, no stress. Like that Bob Marley song, no worries, no cry, right? No stress. He doesn't worry about it, right? It's that line of sight he has for himself. There's a line of sight of who he is today and then who he wants to be tomorrow, right? The guys that started RSD, all you fuckers that are in here, right? They were sleeping on couches before. Couches! Sleeping on couches. Todd was sleeping in a tent in the back of Project Hollywood. Well, it's kind of crazy. Maybe. Fair enough. But it's a long term, like knowing where it will reach. Delayed gratification, knowing where you're going to get in the long term, knowing where you're going to reach in the long term, right? Knowing like what your eventual destination is and saying, hey man, whatever happens, I'm going to get there. I'm going to cut off my short term successes so I can get there in the long term. The idea is incremental integrity, okay? Incremental integrity, all right? Incremental integrity. So what does that mean? That means that every little thing you do, every little promise that you keep to yourself adds up. Adds up slowly and surely, right? These guys that we're talking about, it's like they knew they had sticking points and they just ignored it. Like, well, I'm happy, okay? I'm happy right now. I'm kind of coping with it. Like, this is good enough to get by. I'm comfortable. This is good enough, right? But incremental integrity, it's like making a promise to yourself and keeping it. So sometimes you're going to have to say no to those short-term wins to get the long-term wins that you actually want. The short-term wins can fool you. You got to be focused on your long-term wins. And it all comes down to what you say no to on a regular basis. Are you willing to say no over and over to things that aren't what you want? What you have to have is this, a line of sight for yourself, okay? You have to have a line of sight for yourself. That means I'm here, but I know eventually I want to get to there. I know that I'm here today, but I'm focused on the me of tomorrow. I'm focused on where I'm going to be tomorrow and who I'm going to be tomorrow. So I know that even though I'm here right now, I want to focus on there. Don't disappoint yourself. It's important. Every time you keep that incremental integrity to yourself, it builds up and builds up and builds up. It's like when you go to the gym and you work out in the gym and like you like, yeah, you're getting physically fit, but every time you just watch yourself in the mirror doing like a bicep curl, you're like, yeah. You're like, yeah. You know, you feel better about yourself because you're like, that's me. Hey, I know that guy. That's me. That's me. I'm that guy. I'm that guy keeping his promise to myself, right? You have that self-respect for yourself, that self-love for yourself, right? You have that incremental integrity.
It's not for nothing. It matters for a lot, and it matters to a lot of people. Never does it not matter. It's a moment to take pause and think about your life and what you do with your time, and to not only to concentrate on making the best of your life, but to also make your life meaningful in the most important ways. We take for granted so much that every day we're just going to wake up and we're going to go through the same routines and get to see the same people. They're going to be there when we come home at night. Every day's just going to be like the other. But right now, even as I'm recording this video, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of people all over the world who are, somebody that they care about or somebody that they knew their life has been taken by surprise, unexpectedly. I want you to live the life that you came here to live. To be you, not be anybody else. All of us spend too much time looking to other people for our ideas and opinions and our ways about life, when every answer that you need is already in you. And what I have to say to you, if you want to know how I think about life, how I go about my life, how I go about my daily life, is no. You don't need to ask others for fucking answers. They're there in you if you will ask yourself.
Just really embrace who you are, because being unique is very, very important. And fitting in is not really all that matters. It's being unique and being who you are.
Success isn't really what you think it is. When you have more money, you just have bigger problems. The problems don't fucking go away, they just get bigger. Life goes on with or without you. How you use your time is really important, because your life matters. It's not for nothing. It matters for a lot, and it matters to a lot of people. We spend so much time giving attention to the silly, stupid, and superficial stuff. Your life matters. It's not for nothing. It matters for a lot, and it matters to a lot of people.
What makes you different right now makes you stand out later in life.
You don't need to ask others for fucking answers. They're there in you if you will ask yourself.